Rest in peace to my nigga Izzy Low. I see DVD Era did a story, and they basically set the story as, let me get to the title real quick. They set the story as Swizz Beatz and Tony Yayo beef ends in gunfire and one dead. And I remember when this incident happened, I wasn't there, but you know, I'm not a big question asker, and I wasn't really frontline involved. And I just knew my homie had lost his life. I knew because he used to be Blue Da Vinci, like main security. That was a crip, especially in that time. Anybody from out of town that was cripping, when they would encounter somebody like me, there was a rapport that was naturally developed. And, you know, used to look up to a nigga, respect a nigga, admire a nigga, highly on that crip shit, because he was my nigga. Didn't get to know him long. Before I recall, he was at a video shoot. Busta Rhymes was there. And that's as much as I know the details, some type of confusion, conflict, and my nigga got killed. And based on the way everything went down and what potentially, possibly, wasn't really no sympathy in my circle, it seems like, for him. And I never got no explanation as to what happened, but ran across this story, figure we can check it out. It'll be some good content to tap into. So with no further ado, let's see what they say my Lokes have been up to. Because, you know, they say Lloyd Banks. That was my guy, too. It's crazy. Nobody wins on the Family Feuds.
I'm from a grimy era, let's talk about it. Gotta keep it cold, can't walk without it. Did some things in the streets, but I won't talk about it. See some things in the streets, but I won't talk about it. I'm from a hood that's thorough, they don't play here. And they don't play on these blocks, it ain't a daycare. A new kid gets shot every day here. I guess that's why my heart colder than the rain there. It's 2006 and Busta Rhymes is shooting a video in Brooklyn for the Touch It remix off his Big Bang album. The song featured artists such as Mary J. Blige, Rod Digger, Missy, Lloyd Banks, and Papoose. Now, when Tony Yayo arrives at the video shoot on behalf of Lloyd Banks, he sees Swizz Beatz and they begin to argue. Now, Swizz Beatz was at the video shoot more than likely to support DMX, and he also produced the record for Busta Rhymes. Now, it's also said that Lloyd Banks refused to be filmed for the video if Swizz Beatz was anywhere on set. Now, the beef Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks had with Swizz Beatz all stems from Cassidy dissing 50 Cent because of 50 Cent's beef with Jadakiss and D-Block.
Jadakiss, he on my first album, that's family. I felt some type of way, so that's the reason why it went like that.
That's crazy. Now, and 50 cool with all them niggas now. And that blue coat that Lloyd Banks wore in that video, that's the same coat I eventually became the owner of. He borrowed it or rented it from the fur dude. I mean, my peoples, we double back and grab that motherfucker.
Cassidy will drop his video for his single
B-Boy World video that I didn't wear it, but it's in the video.
Stance, and in that video he has a 50 Cent lookalike. He has on a do-rag, fitted, bulletproof vest, and some Speedos. Now the back of the Speedos say B-Unit, and the 50 Cent lookalike is oiling himself up in the video. Now this song is...
That's crazy, where they get that oil idea from. I heard Pretty Shy pass, rest in peace to Pretty Shy. Shout out to my nigga Halim. But when I was around G-Unit, Pretty Shy, Halim used to rotate, not the front, just the back. Oiling this nigga torso nightly. Oh, my mama.
Featuring Swizz Beatz. So it's basically like Swizz Beatz is co-signing Cassidy getting that 50 Cent. Now, supposedly this was the first time Tony Yayo and Banks seen Swizz Beatz since that video was released. Now, as Swizz Beatz was leaving the video set with Busta Rhymes, the confrontation between him and Yayo continued outside. Now, Busta Rhymes was trying to calm everything down and be the mediator because he was cool with both sides. Now, as the altercation between Tony Yayo and Swizz Beatz continued in the street, somebody from Tony Yayo entourage pulled out a gun on Swizz Beatz. Now, supposedly, after the gun was pulled out on Swizz Beatz, Busta jumped in front of Swizz to shield him. Now, after Busta jumped in front of Swizz to shield him,
his bodyguard jumped in front of Buster. Now shots fired and Busta Rhymes' bodyguard was shrugging his back.
Swizz was the target.
My nigga that's crazy. Me and Busta Rhymes and bodyguards have multiple intersections, man. I fired on Busta Rhymes' bodyguard one time, and he kind of like shook me up, got the best of me. He was big old strong motherfucker. His name was Troy. Shout out to Troy. I think that was his name. But then, damn. And then that was my boy. That was his bodyguard that got killed.
Buster got in front of Swizz. The bodyguard got in front of Buster. Bodyguard gets killed.
Now, sadly, no one was arrested in connection with Busta Rhymes' bodyguard being murdered. Israel Ramirez, so R.I.P. to Izzy for putting his life on the line and being brave. Now, also, everybody involved with the situation that was questioned refused to give any information, and nobody came forward with information on this murder. But luckily,
one thing I could say about being around G-Unit, there'd be a lot of zip lips. Ain't a whole bunch of talking. A lot of shit through the years. They kept it G on that level.
Swizz Beatz and the whole G Unit was able to squash their beef. Swizz Beatz went on to work with Lloyd Banks, and they did the Start It Up record, which Swizz Beatz produced. And Cassidy says he was able to chop it up with G Unit in Philly at Powerhouse, and you know they put their differences aside. But anyway, if you're a fan of these old hip hop stories, tell a friend and tell a friend about my page.
Yeah, man, y'all go DVD era, follow up. Yeah, that's why a lot of this beef in general be bullshit, unnecessary. Izzy lost his life, and everybody back cool. What nobody else really gonna do nothing. It's a bunch of this. Rest in peace to my love. Man.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. Leave it on. Serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Kuto, cuz.
Right.
That person. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.